If you were put in a position to defend yourself, what would come out? Would it be the jiu-jitsu training or would it be the Jersey in you?
The gun, bitch. I'm 53. I ain't got time to hand-to-hand wrestle. I got a 22 in my asshole right now, pointing straight at you. I don't know. I remember I was telling you guys that one time my freshman year, I didn't take a shit for a week and a half. I was addicted to steakums and American cheese and a ride of French fries.
Wait a minute.
Listen to me.
How long is that? 10 days?
That's a long time, man.
When I was
How
a
were you
freshman,
alive?
I played freshman ball, and we were playing Patterson East Side. That's just a jungle of a school. Like, you got to be careful when you go in there. And we went there to play the Christmas tournament.
Wait, what kind of ball are we talking right now?
Basketball.
Oh, basketball.
And I hadn't taken a shit for like 10 days. I was backed up something. I took acid, something fucked my stomach up. I didn't tell nobody. In those days, I was really scared of doctors, and I wouldn't say shit to nobody. And on the way home, we got on the bus. And while we were waiting there, my stomach started hurting. And I said, Jesus Christ, I don't know if I'm going to shit myself or fart, but let me just take a chance.
Good move.
And I blew this fart, Joe Rogan. That was so bad, right? We were on a bus, and people started running, you know, the school buses? People started running to the windows, right, to swing down the bus windows. But here's what gets better. I farted again, and the teachers were going, oh, my God, he's changing flavors. But the worst thing was the cheerleaders were crying. That's how bad it smelled. They were sitting in front of the bus going,
Wait a minute. He's changing flavor.
One of the teachers yelled out, oh, my God, he's changing flavors. That's how bad these farts were. More Mr. Gamio. Mr.
See the blue cheese with rings.
That's how you motherfuckers, I'm stoned. Fuck it.
He's fucked up now.
You see the blue cheese with wings, you go fuck your mother.
Fucking gonna give me ranch and shit. I don't even like people around me ordering ranch. Like, don't order that shit around me. Do me that favor, all right? It was more Mr. Gamio. Mr. Gamio was a Cuban dude, and he ran the boxing program. And I knew his two sons, Julio and Caesar. They got me a job at Putnam Fuel. And they were like, listen, when you get the job, you gotta rob. Putnam Fuel is right by Secaucus, off of Route 3. It's dirty. Truck people go in there, dirty, Joe Rogan. I lasted about 3 weeks before they fired me. But I left there, and after 3 weeks, the guy at night was a half a Momo. His name was Freddie. Remember I was telling you this? So we robbed him one night. We go, listen, we'll just go down there and beat Freddie up. We were like sophomores in high school. We'll put masks on, me and Didi Quintero. And when he comes out, because in Jersey, you pay the gas guy. You don't go into a store. You know, they pump your gas. So if you rob the guy, you basically rob the joint. Do you follow me? Mm-hmm. Only Oregon and New Jersey is where the people pump your gas. Everybody else, you walk in with a card. So we were kids. We were like, let's rob fucked up Freddie. You know, when I worked there, I got to know Freddie. Freddie's wife looked like Honey Boo Boo's mother. Freddie was a little guy, but Honey Boo, his wife was like 400 pounds. And the only way she would let him fuck her is if he brought blow home. And he was a skinny, tiny guy like Eddie Bravo. She was like 390. And she would actually put the bikini on. And they were such white trash. They lived in a studio apartment. They would rent a jacuzzi and put in the living room. These people were fucking. They lived on the third floor.
Studio in your apartment.
Oh my God! And it was the worst building in the neighborhood. And they had Black Marlowe. She was the only black girl in the neighborhood. Black Marlowe. I don't know what Black Marlowe is today, but she's the real Martin Luther King. She was the only black girl in a white neighborhood in Jersey. Dog. That girl took torture. Wow. She got tortured. I always loved Black Marlowe though. Marlowe was tight with me. Her mother was white. Something had happened. Her house was fucked up. That building was fucked up. So I used to go over there to sell them blow. And I remember Freddie opening up the door and they were like a robe on. And here's his fat wife in the living room with heels with a bikini on. And he's like, thank you for bringing it to me. I'm going to have... Like, he really was... Like, when you brought him the blow, he was fucking thankful that you fucking, like, thank you, man. I'm going to get some pussy tonight. But when we were kids, we went there, like, at 12. When we took Freddie down, dog, we just tackled him and started, like, kicking him like... They kicked whatever his name is in that De Niro movie in the bar, and we took his little purse and we ran away. And he guessed it. Like, it took him a week. He's like, did you guys rob me last night? Because we had masks on and shit. We're like, Freddie, it wasn't us. He's like, yes, it was. I heard your voices. Then he came back to us. He's like, listen, I'll let you rob me once a month. but you got to split the money with me so I could buy an 8-ball to fuck my wife. So once a month, we go down there and give Steady Freddy a beating, and we kick the fuck out of him. Just on principle.
And he let you do it? Just
yeah,
so that
he wanted to. That's the only way the
yeah.
cops, you know, that's the only way
Right.
the cops. And we did it like 8 times. We
So, like,
robbed,
did you give him black eyes, bloody noses?
kicked him in the stomach a couple times. That was it. We kneed him, neon belly. I didn't even know what it was.
There was no video back then either.
No. Not
So you had to leave marks on him.
Yeah, you had to like kick him a few times. I couldn't do it. I had too much of a heart, so I always had to hire. Like I had to bring like one of my crazy friends that was having like a bad week. There's a kid in Miami today that every time I play South Florida, he shows up with his girlfriend and he gets fucked up and he tells the story when I knocked on his door with a diagram on how we were going to rob Freddie. And he goes, that's when I knew that you were fucking for real. He goes, I was eating dinner with my family. You knocked on the door and had a sketch, like the deal, how you were going to kick him and run into the weeds and go right to the coke dealer's house. Like, I had it planned. We had done it so many times, but I had to keep getting different partners because I couldn't hit Freddie. All I could do was tackle him. I was good at tackling him, and then once he'd go down, I had my friend kick him a few times. It was fucking horrible, but when you're 16, Joe, what the fuck, dog? You gotta have a good time, you know? You gotta have a good time. If you're not gonna kick Steady Freddy, who are you gonna kick?
Jesus Christ.
20 years ago, I went to a club to get